so happy. Woo-hoo. It's Monday, 2:47. It's finally time to go pick up our boy. It's almost too good to be true.
I know. I'm waiting for something else bad to happen.
We can't think like that.
I'm just mentally prepared for it now. Like, alright, what else is next? Yeah! Ready to roll. Okay, Frank is all fixed. They fixed the old fuel pump and never replaced it with a new one. The fuel gauge works and works the way that it's supposed to.
Nathan forgot his cell phone, so if he breaks down, we're not really gonna know about it. I told him if he's not home in 30 minutes, I'll come looking for him. But that's not gonna happen anyway, so we're good.
Now that we have Frank back, there's still a couple of things that we need to do before we leave. We've never tested the hot water heater. The pipes froze as well as all the water in the water tank. So we need to make sure that everything works, there's no leaks, and we're set and ready to go so that we're not 6 hours down the road and realizing that something is still or already broken. Don't think there's anything we need to do here. Know how to turn the pump on? Yep. Any leaking?
I'm supposed to know.
You see water dripping anywhere?
No dripping.
Okay, no, not there. Jeez. Do you see water dripping anywhere that there shouldn't be water coming out of? I did.
I hear water dripping. I hear it.
It's dripping outside.
Yeah, Nathan, we got an issue. Shut it off. Shut it off. Did you close that up like you're supposed to?
Okay, we learned something. You gotta plug in the hot water heater.
I even asked you to close that.
Really hard to tighten this. Okay, so what we've learned is as soon as you turn on the water pump, hot water heater is gonna fill up automatically. That's good news. And nothing else leaked anywhere else. That's also really good news. We're gonna try this again.
That sounds better this time.
Why? Because it doesn't sound like leaking water everywhere?
Yeah.
This is not very suction-y.
No, we might need to fix that. Or just glue it. I don't know why it's got a...
It's true, we don't need necessarily a suction, because once it's...
I'll fix that. How about that?
Okay, now that we know that the pump works, that we don't see anything leaking anywhere, the hot water heater filled up the way that it was supposed to, we need to actually drain out all of the water that's in our tanks and lines because the previous owner put antifreeze in all the water. You can smell it. We don't want that in our water. He did that to make sure it didn't freeze. Obviously that didn't work. Just a little bit of antifreeze is not gonna get you very far. So we're gonna sit here and... Oh!
What the heck was that?
That came from... I turned on the hot water for the first time. Maybe that was why. Alright, we're gonna let this drain.
You think that was bad?
No, because I didn't turn the hot water heater on yet. So
Okay.
let's get this all drained out.
When do we turn the hot water on?
I mean, we can do it right now, but I'm gonna do one thing at a time.
Okay. So should we turn the bathroom faucet back on?
I just turned it on. Okay, what we're gonna do next is put a hose into the water fill-up side and start flushing out as much of that as we can because I think some of that water is still in the hot water heater. So we're gonna let that run for a couple of minutes at least. I think we also might try to clean out the tank and run a little bit of vinegar through everything. That is a safe way to clean out your pipes without getting any kind of toxins in yourself. You don't want to put bleach or anything else because you don't want that in your water. A little bit of vinegar will be just fine. It's not going to hurt you. It might taste funny for a little while.
Lots of noises.
This is the potable water only port to fill up our water tank. I've never actually opened this before. I don't even know if this is the right key. Look at that. All right. This is gonna make things so much easier when we fill things up.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned before, but the only thing that works out of all of these buttons is the one that says pump. All the rest means absolutely nothing. Doesn't work, doesn't turn on. It's essentially useless.
How many buttons did you push before you actually got the pump off?
None.
Oh, okay.
I was just...
It took longer than what I thought it was gonna take, so I was like, how many buttons is she pushing? None of them work. Well, we did something wrong. I hope I didn't break anything. I wanted to drain out the water that was in the tank and flush it out. To do that, we had to unplug the plug, and the water tank's obviously under pressure. We never turned it on, so that water came out a little faster than anticipated.
I feel like it's probably already flushed, don't you?
I'd like to make sure that we don't have antifreeze in our water. I was trying to smell it, because before you could really smell it. Okay, worst comes to worst, the antifreeze that was in it is not regular automotive antifreeze. It is RV approved for potable water. It's non-toxic. So I'm not too worried, but you know, you want to do the best you can and the most you can before you start drinking water with antifreeze in it. We flushed out the old water. Last thing I want to do is put some white vinegar in it, flush that all the way through, then we'll fill it up and then test the hot water heater.
Oh, wow. I don't smell it, but is that why it looks like that, you think?
Well, let's wait for it to...
Not surprisingly, we have found a very small leak, more like a drip, but it is underneath the faucet. Somewhere right back in here, there's just a steady drip, and it's fallen onto cast iron and this piece of wood right here. Here you go.
I literally think we just need to tighten it or something.
Oh, there's a drip.
You got a drip?
Yes, I got a drip. Huh.
Take this off. There's a screw down there.
Oh. I gotta figure out where this leak's coming from. Nathan.
What?
I can see exactly where the drip's coming from.
Where's it coming from?
Here, see for yourself.
I looked under there. Oh.
You see?
Yeah, it's coming from here. It's coming from the faucet.
There's nothing more you need to tighten up there?
There's nothing more I can. You gotta tighten this up here. So you gotta take this and see where it's leaking in here.
That's probably super rusted too.
Honestly, this is probably a 30-year-old faucet.
Right here, we've got a little drip that we think is also resulting
The other side we haven't tried.
from that drip. You want me to just tighten it or loosen it?
Tighten it.
Okay.
Let it rip.
Hold on. Did you tighten the bottom?
Yep. Tighten both sides. We had our leak. We think it's fixed. Next thing we need to do is what we've been trying to do all day, which is test the hot water heater. First thing we have to do is make sure the propane is running through the lines, and to get the air out, the guy at the RV shop said to start the stove first. So we're gonna do that.
I'm gonna back up. Why is it taking so long? Ooh, that took a second.
So that's running nice and blue. Step one, check to make sure the hot water heater is full. Okay, so turn on the hot water. It's running, which means our tank is full. So I think you just turn this on. Sounds like it kicked on, didn't it?
I did hear a click, yes. Oh,
Yep.
should I go open that outside compartment?
No. With the way that we travel, all we should have to do is turn this off, turn the propane off, drive away, park, Turn the propane back on. Make sure that the stove turns on. Make sure the hot water is on. Do the same thing for now. And flip this switch. Let it heat up. Also, with the way that ours is connected, it's hooked up through the coolant lines in the engine. So as we're driving, that hot coolant is going to heat our water. So although this will still click on, the water should already be hot. So we won't have to use propane. Okay, it took a little while for us to heat up. Oh yeah, we got warm water. We got warm water. Yay. Oh, sorry.
No, I did that on purpose. You're gonna be on camera.
We never turned on the shower.